June 1st, 1792. Kentucky joins. Kentucky officially entered the Union as the 15th state of the United States. This marked a major development in the early expansion of the nation beyond the original 13 colonies. Kentucky's admission was the first instance of a state being created from a county of an existing state, in this case, Virginia. The region had initially been part of Fincastle County, Virginia, before being divided and organized as Kentucky County in 1776. Over the next several years, it was subdivided into smaller counties as settlement increased. Kentucky's path to statehood followed years of petitioning and political effort. Between 1784 and 1792, 10 conventions were held in Danville, Kentucky, where local delegates discussed separation from Virginia and plans for state government. In 1790, Virginia gave its formal consent to the separation, and in 1791, Congress passed an act authorizing Kentucky to become a state, effective June 1, 1792. This process was conducted under the framework of the U.S. Constitution, which allowed Congress to admit new states. The population of Kentucky at the time was growing rapidly. Settlers had moved westward across the Appalachian Mountains in search of fertile land and greater opportunity. The area's strategic location between the Ohio River and the Appalachian Range made it an important agricultural and transportation zone. With the opening of the Wilderness Road by Daniel Boone in 1775, movement into the region increased, leading to demand for self-governance. Once admitted, Kentucky drafted and ratified its first state constitution. Isaac Shelby was elected as the first governor. The capital was temporarily established in Lexington, before being moved to Frankfort, where it remains today. Kentucky's entry into the Union demonstrated the viability of Western expansion and the growing importance of the frontier in national affairs. Economically, Kentucky became known for its agricultural output, especially tobacco, corn, and later hemp. Its central location along the Ohio River allowed for easy movement of goods and resources, helping integrate it into the emerging national market. Although slavery was legal in Kentucky, it maintained a complex position during later conflicts, especially during the Civil War, when it remained loyal to the Union despite being a slave state. The admission of Kentucky also set a precedent for the creation of future states out of Western territories or existing states' land. It strengthened the federal union by demonstrating that new states could be added through a legal and orderly process with the consent of existing governments and the federal legislature. The state's founding contributed to the early balance of power between slave and free states, a tension that continued through the 19th century. As the first state west of the Appalachian Mountains to enter the Union, Kentucky's statehood was a symbol of growth and the nation's willingness to expand into new areas while integrating them politically and economically. For enthusiasts of historical ephemera, visit history-collectors.com to find collectibles that might complement your collection. You can own a piece of history.